All right, warm welcome once again, everyone. Let's get started. Let's start with pre-works for today. Hope you remember. No worries if you do not remember about it. Here are the two elements. So as to make this discussion, this session discussion oriented and sharing of the information, and also an experiential session. It's not theoretical one-sided lecturer, right? So it's up to the first one, today's topic, that is thinking about a situation where you try to impress someone. And the second situation, thinking about another situation where no one was impressed, but you are still happy about what you did. Okay, you can just continue to think about it in the background if you already do not have any situations in your mind. And there will be a meditation session on the same. And at that time also, you can just think about something. Right. Auspicious occasion was yesterday, as it was Sunday. There was preference for Monday. Okay. So we are celebrating this Amavasya meditation today. Topic for today. It is need to impress. And beyond that spotlight, letting go of the need to impress is what we are trying to do here. Embracing authenticity for reduced stress. Is there anyone who thinks I have never tried to impress through my work? So it's always like majority of the time, I'm sorry, there was some network issue and I had to switch my network. Yeah, most people want to impress. Yes, with all of the actions, right? And people will be looking out for validating, getting the validations done. That is recognition done, appreciations done. What happens when we constantly try to impress somebody? Be it through our selfie, taking selfie and uploading it into Instagram or Facebook and waiting for the likes to happen. What does it create? Any thoughts, any quick words, one word? What happens when there is constant effort of impressing somebody or the other or everyone all the time or most of the time in our lives?
We try to avoid our real self, and we try to falsify ourselves, or we'll try to we'll try to idealistic perfectionist person. We try to present ourselves.
Yes, yes, sir. Yeah, very well said, sir. Yeah, so we have an image that I am a perfect person and I want to prove that in front of everybody else. Right. Very well said. Any other thoughts? Any other impacts of that
We,
mindset of trying to
we,
impress all the time?
we will be under pressure to impress others.
Yeah, there will be pressure because we are trying to impress somebody, and there's always a constant pressure and seeking for it. Yes, very well said.
I mean, Nishant here.
Yeah,
Uh, I think there's a pros and cons of impressing someone. I
yeah. Can
mean,
we
I
wait
will,
for it, Nishant?
yeah,
Yeah, but warm welcome, Nishant,
yeah,
uh, to join this session. I had a discussion with Nishant about a couple of weeks back, and this topic came out as part of our discussion with Nishant. Yeah, Nishant, we'll just wait for a few minutes and then
yes.
we can go with those discussions.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Sure.
only I'm blocking only Nishant. All others can share. All right.
Omji sir,
Yes, madam.
um, uh, we face means a lot of stress, and
Yeah, there will be a lot of stress when we are trying to impress.
we are not able to focus on main goal.
Yes,
We will deviate our concentration towards the person. So there may be delay in our reaching of the goal. It may
yes,
take a lot of time.
yes. Very well said. Definitely, it increases the stress level. All right. Here are some of the pointers.
And fear of failures.
Fear of failures will also be. Yes, sir. Definitely. So it is a process, right? We are trying to please everyone around us, be it at home or at office or in the society, right? Even for good reasons. It's not just for getting the likes, but trying to please everyone, be it kids or parents or spouse or friends or social work or colleagues, boss. It could be anyone we come across trying to please everyone. And that creates a kind of a tiredness. Why it matters, as you said, it has emotional toll. There is stress, there is dissatisfaction, and there is burnout when it is done constantly trying to please everyone around us. And relationship impact. So these will create when we try to impress somebody, try to have a good relationship with them by impressing. The relationships and those connections will be very superficial, and there will always be fear of vulnerability because we are trying to showcase something that we are not. Ego is what? Right? It is our own perception about ourselves and having an image that I am so and so, and trying to defend it in front of everybody else. All right. So, of course, there are pros and cons associated with it. Yeah. Now, over to Nishant, please. Yeah, Nishant has very good experience with this impressing others or getting appreciation from others. He is a martial arts trainer. He's an expert. Uh, he can do a lot of things that the normal people cannot do. So he's one among the fittest persons over here. Yeah,
Thank you.
Nishant, please.
Thank you. So, well, basically, mm, the way I look at the impress, it will vary from person to person. 10 years ago, when I started my journey towards fitness, I started doing a little different thing. Just rather than lifting weight in gym or doing something different in terms of like doing a handstand, for example. When people see, they got impressed, and I felt like I should do something more and more, and I kept on doing. Okay, I uh, I tried started learning how to walk using our hands. because again, I was impressing someone. Then I started doing some stunts. And when I do any of this in my gym, within my gym environment, everybody, or if not everybody, 50% of the crowd will stop what they are doing, and they start watching me. Again, when some people compliment and some people don't, because again they hesitate, but when I receive those compliments, again, it's because I've impressed them, I feel further motivated, and I continue to do or continue to improvise on what I'm doing. But in terms of impressing, this is only one single area I found that, where I can impress and I'm getting benefit out of it. But there are else areas where we try, just like our colleague said, like we try to impress and we fail. Like in a very bad manner, we fail. You try to copy from others, but again, if I'm copying something good, I'm learning something good out of that person in order to impress others. Again, I'm learning, I'm gaining out that there's a pros for that. But again, cons are there. If somebody is throwing a party, you try to throw a little bit bigger party, or if somebody buy a car, you try to buy a better car than him, again because you want to look little bit different from the other. There you cannot compete, you will be the loser. So one will have to draw a line. If we impress someone, are we getting any benefit out of it? If yes, you continue to do that, and in that process one should also enjoy. And if other person, if you're not what you when you're impressing someone, and if it is causing some kind of irritation, or if it is there's no fun in impressing others, then I think there we have to draw a line. Yeah, thank you
Yeah,
so much.
very well said, Nishantji. Anyone would like to have a comment on that, please? Thank you for sharing your life's experiences starting 10 years back. What happened and what motivated you, or what impressed others that helped you in turn, and then with other aspects as well, not just about fitness, but what happened with other things. Anyone would like to comment anything on that, please?
Shiva mentioned anxiety from expectation.
Yeah, anxiety from expectation. Yeah, both of them go together.
Mm. No,
Most
no.
people
Again,
want
if
to
we
impress.
have a very big expectation, then of course there would be anxiety. So if we have a like a small expectation, or the big expectation broken down into chunks, and you work towards that, you when you meet that small expectation, you will feel happy and you will not have the anxiety. Again, if you have dreamt about something, doing something big, and you're not able to accomplish, of course there will be anxiety as well.
Yeah, definitely. So it's taken from two perspectives. That is, one, as a motivating factor. We will do what we do. We continue to do well what we are doing only if it is recognized and appreciated. That motivation will come, and that motivation will take us to next level, right? If there is no recognition or motivating factor, there is a chance, be it kid or even elders, they will stop doing what they are doing, right? Or they won't be doing that well. And that's what happened with Nishantji. There were people who were appreciating it instead of saying impressed. I would say recognized it, appreciated it, and motivated it by observing, by giving their attention, and that helped Nishantji to continue to be motivated and go ahead with whatever he was doing it better day by day. But this trying to impress always with all aspects of our lives, right? We have spent a lot of time and energy and maybe money to buy something good, right? And something beautiful. And if it is not appreciated well, there is an expectation that I want to impress somebody, right? And the appreciation is required. And if it is constantly needed from external world, and I do something and I want it to be appreciated, and all the time getting appreciated. That's what happens with politicians and big businessmen also, right? They have thousands of crores of property already. What else do they need? But still they want that recognition, that appreciation, not just the power, but appreciation also. People need to keep saying Jai, 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 right? So that constant uh, need is there for impressing others. And that definitely creates problems in terms of our own emotions as well as the relationships. And what is the way out to manage it? We'll see how exactly to work, how to make the best use of the positive aspects of it. But in general, how do we handle? At a high level, we'll cover now and then we can revisit. So suppose there is, yeah, here is a quote, right? Don't waste your time chasing your butterflies. Instead of that, mend your garden and the butterflies will come automatically. Mario Quintana, right? So if we go on chasing butterflies, that is, we go on seeking for the approval, seeking for validation, seeking for those like buttons from everyone around us. It is difficult. We can't keep chasing those butterflies. Instead of that, we can do what we are doing in a better way. Just mend our garden. And the butterflies will come automatically. Our intention is not the butterflies, but can we turn it towards ourselves, improving ourselves, mending our own garden? And uh, attraction of butterflies is just the side effect of it, right? Shifting the focus from trying to impress to embracing inner authenticity to whatever we are doing, not acting, right? Inner authenticity, that is understanding and accepting who I am. What are my limitations? What are my strengths? And being authentic to it. Self-awareness, that authenticity also starts coming with self-awareness or the mindfulness, and letting go, not holding on to trying to do something all the time. And we can use rain practice if we get some time. We'll do that today. Otherwise, some other time we'll practice it. So these three are very essential. At some point in time, we'll have to let go of the things that are not helping us, right? And we'll have to be having self-awareness, what's happening inside, in us, not just what people think about me. And then having inner authenticity to my being, to whatever I do, can I do it with authenticity, not just for impressing others? Mending my own garden, understanding the need to impress in the first place, why there is a need to impress. It originates, as one of you said very well, from fear of judgment. Because whatever I do, whatever, even the dress I wear, the way I behave, everything will be judged by others. That fear is there. Whether others are judging or not, that fear is always there, that everyone is watching me and they are judging me as if they don't have any other work to do. Right? That fear is always there. First one. social pressure, because there is always comparison in the society when we are living in the society, and unrealistic expectations from the society creates a lot of social pressure, right? And then seeking approval, validation from others on whatever I am doing, whatever I am being. I want others to acknowledge it and say, yes, you are doing good. That fear is always there of rejection or failure. I don't want to be seen in front of others as a failed person, as a rejected person. I want to establish that sense of respect in the hearts of everyone else, in the minds of everyone else. Misalignment, this is another important factor related to authenticity, right? Everyone carries certain values. All of us carry our own values. This is good, this is bad, this is right, this is wrong, and all. And when there is misalignment between our values and our actions, it creates a lot of stress inside us, a lot of suffering inside us. I say something, yeah, everyone has to come on time. I give a lot of importance to the time, but if I am delaying, that value and the action, it just doesn't make others unhappy about it. But I myself will feel unhappy about me towards my actions. That misalignment between values and the actions. Because through those values, many a times I am trying to impress others. Right? I am such a good person. I am a knowledgeable person. I am a good-looking person. Yeah, very well said, Krishnaji. Instead of impressing, try to inspire. Right? The birds are not singing to win a Grammy, right? But birds do sing. What's their intention? Very nice poem. Let's listen to it. Okay, let me stop this presentation. The birds are not singing to win a Grammy.
They're not trying to go platinum through their marketing or planning. They're just jamming. I listen without even understanding. The truth without agenda is authentically astounding. It makes me think of cheetahs. They don't run for our approval. They don't judge their spots or contemplate laser hair removal. It makes me think of wolves. They don't howl for validation. They don't have to get the perfect pic to post on their vacation. It makes me think of eagles. They're not soaring to impress me. Although once I saw a dolphin backflip over a jet ski. My point is neither one of them would sell me on Etsy, and I doubt a porcupine would ever try to come off. Humans are the only animals pretending to be something that they're not.
Wow.
Why are we ashamed of what we've got? We should strut, chest out, head up. Let's be proud of ourselves for once. Isn't it exhausting sticking out your butt and sucking in your gut? And for what? It's a waste of energy. I'm giving up. In this moment, I'm enough. In this moment, you're enough. In this moment, we're enough. I'm dismantling my image. We are perfect in our flaws. Birds don't care whether we listen. They don't wait for our applause. I have built a lovely prison, but I live behind the walls. So if love is my religion, I'll escape when freedom calls. You have to be willing not to be liked in order to be loved. Otherwise, it's your representative they're thinking of. But to truly be yourself, you have to let go of what was. The past is like a prison. It's an echo repeating just because we are many people in our lives. So I'm not one to judge, but if they love one part of you, it's limited to what that does. I want your whole soul. I have no goal. Show me the unseen stuff. Don't invite me over only after you have cleaned up. Perfect makes me want to kick my feet up. No one's living in a catalog IKEA dreamed up. Have you ever seen a lion chase 100 zebras? Have you ever seen a turtle hide inside a shell? A caterpillar doesn't know that she'll become a butterfly. So if you go to heaven, are you still aware of hell?
Wow.
The birds aren't singing to win a Grammy.
Wonderful, right? The birds are not singing to win a Grammy, but they're singing. Can we work in the same way? Can we live in the same way? That's the point of today's session. All right, let's move on. The power of authenticity. We have been talking about it, right? What happens when we are authentic to whatever I am doing? I am so and so, I do it in this way, in an authentic way. I feel this is right and I'm doing it. Not to impress somebody. I do it for the sake of doing it. I sing just like birds, authentically, intentionally. The first point, self-acceptance. Prioritizing self-acceptance. Many a times in our lives, self-acceptance becomes the last one, right? I want everybody else to accept me, then only I'll accept myself as the successful person, isn't it? I have done something, everyone should appreciate it. Then only I'll feel, yeah, I have done something good. Is that the way we live? Why others should care so much in the first place? As if everyone is living for us. There's only one person. What others are accepting or declining about me, that makes an impact. That's different. But more than that, am I accepting myself? That is the most important factor. Irrespective of the world. And that's the only major thing that counts. What is the need of hiding something or trying to always showcase the beautiful things about me, the good things about me, as if I don't have any vulnerabilities, any flaws? Self-acceptance comes the first and the foremost thing. Prioritizing it. It's part of authenticity, the power of authenticity. And this helps in aligning our actions with our personal values. What's next? Lao Tzu says, one who accepts himself has no need to convince others. You are not trying to do something to convince others. You are not trying to do something to impress others. Of course, others get impressed. That's a different story. That's the power of self-acceptance. Because the self-acceptance, once there is self-acceptance, it starts genuine interactions with whoever we come across. The drama, that acting, maintaining the ego or the image, trying to showcase ourselves as something different, something great, it will not be there. The interactions will be genuine in the sense being present and being what is as is, not trying to act as if it's something different, as if you are something different. Okay? Meaningful relationships, the connections will become deeper and there will be inner peace. Otherwise, the relationship and connections will be so artificial that the moment if somebody comes to know about even little bit about you, it's gone. The relationship is gone. That connection is gone. How long we will keep on trying to defend that image that we have inside us, trying to keep impressing others. In other words, about the test of authenticity is something like this. Would you perform an act that helps someone? We do, right? Even after knowing that no one would come to know about your contribution, would you still do that? I think I'm not sharing my screen. You know that you can help somebody, but nobody will come to know about your contribution, including the person who receives that help. Will you still do that? That's authenticity. You are not doing it for impressing somebody. You are not doing it for getting recognition or getting benefited by that action. You still do it. That's the value one carries. Right? And it's very powerful. Nobody can beat it. And if somebody is missing or losing the relationship with you, that other person is losing, not you. That other person is losing something. For example, it is something like this. You are working for an organization and you are genuinely and authentically working for the well-being of the organization, for the benefit of the organization, with your full potential. If organization disconnects with you, who is the loser? Organization is the loser because you will go elsewhere and continue to do what you are doing with authenticity, with that genuinity. Right? That's the power of authenticity. Some of the practical strategies, let's see. This basically starts with, as I said, building self-awareness and practicing mindfulness. Both I would put in the same bracket. They're just westernized world mindfulness for self-awareness. The first one is self-awareness, very important, mindfulness, and then setting the boundaries, learning to say no to unnecessary expectations in the first place, not trying to always convince everyone on everything, and focusing on contribution. This is where it counts. Rather than saying, how can I impress others? Can I say, what value can I bring? As one of you said, very well. Shifting the mindset to what value can I add? And remember, You may not be doing it for impressing others, but you will get impressed. This is what Krishna says, Nishkama Karma. Adi Shankara says, duty is its own reward. Basavanna says, duty is the bliss. Kaya Kave Kailasa. Duty is the heaven. Right. Let's come back to those two things. Home practices, sorry, homeworks, pre-works. Thinking about a situation where you try to impress somebody. As part of the final part, exercise here, and then we'll go a couple of slides and then open it for comments. As one of you said, we all have tried to impress someone, right? Be it our boss, be it our parents, be it our kids, spouse, friends, somebody in the society, in the office. Trying to impress through our work. Not in the negative way, but by doing good work itself. But that effort towards impressing others is there. Okay? Let us bring to our mind, or to our mind space, something, some situation or the event. Okay? Sitting comfortably with back upright, gently closing the eyes if you are comfortable, otherwise having lower gaze. Remembering a situation where I try to impress somebody through my work, or through my actions, through my thoughts, or through my advice, or sharing of information. It could be any means, or helping them. But intention is impressing. You don't need to share the event or situation, it's only for your practice. Noticing what it feels like in the breath. There is an effort to impress somebody. How is the breath? How is the mind state? Is there any agitation or is it calm? Recognizing it. Not trying to fix it, but recognizing it as it is. If there is calmness, recognizing there is calmness. If there is agitation, recognizing, yes, there is agitation in the mind at this moment. If there is confusion in the mind, there is confusion in the mind. If there is clarity, recognizing there is clarity in mind. Moving the attention to the body. What sensations are there on the body? What it feels like in the legs, in the hands, abdomen, chest, throat, back. Whatever is sensed, recognizing it and noticing. This is self-awareness. It is not information. It is direct experience of what is here in the present moment in the mind, in the body. Reflecting. What did you hope to gain from that event or situation? Assessing. Were you being true to yourself? How it affected the sensations and the mind states in the body in the present moment now, recognizing that agitation, a feeling of a stress, anxiety, acknowledging it and letting it be, trying to fix it. And in that situation of trying to impress someone, what is the learning? What could you have done differently? Exploring it, noticing once again what it feels like in the mind, in the body, the emotions, sensations, thoughts, the breath, taking an intentional deep breath in and letting these sensations be as they are. Now, moving to the second situation, another situation, thinking about another situation and bringing that into the mind space where the situation where no one was impressed and you were not bothered about it in the first place, but you are still happy about what you did. Or nobody knows about it. You did something, but you are happy about it. Nobody knows, including the person who received the benefit from you. But you are happy about whatever happened. It's not about morality, it is actual situation. And when such thing happened, sensing it, the body and mind, in the present moment now. Nothing to do with good, bad, right, wrong, etc. It's only direct experience of the sensations, mind state in the present moment, here, now. How is the mind state? Is there any agitation in the mind or calmness? Is there confusion in the mind or clarity? Anything it could be, the emotion in the mind. Maybe happiness, maybe a regret. Why I did so and so. I should not have helped. Whatever it might be. How about in the body, the sensations? Noticing, acknowledging, and letting it be as it is. Taking a deep breath in, feeling the breath, breathing out, noticing what it feels like in the feet, the toes, the soles of the feet, the heels, ankles, calf muscles, knees, upper upper portion of the legs, the entire legs, the front portion of the body, the abdomen, chest, throat, noticing it, and backside of the body, lower back, upper back, shoulders, both the hands, noticing what it feels like in the face, the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, jaws, noticing if anything is held tightly, the chin, forehead, and top of the head. Recognizing this complete body and feeling the whole body, taking a deep breath in, feeling the whole body, breathing out, feeling the whole body, taking one more deep breath in, breathing out. With this wider perspective, with this expanded awareness, let us step into the next moment of our lives, slowly lifting both the hands up, rubbing the palms with each other, hearing the sound, feeling the heat between the palms, and keeping the palms under the eyes, feeling the warmness of palms, and by looking into the palms, slowly opening the eyes once you're comfortable with a smiling face. Wonderful. Anyone would like to share your experience, not the incident or event, but the sensations on the body in the first case versus second case? Was there any difference in the first case? Sometimes impressing others, it's showing clarity, giving self-confidence maybe. Yes, when others appreciate it or recognize something that is done good, it definitely increases the confidence. But I would call it as motivating factor rather than impressing. Anyone experienced anything different, please?
But anything that is, it's an attachment with ourselves, with others. Like, so I think most of the time we'll be expecting others to accept us. That is
Yeah,
what
right.
we generally be doing it. And though we are internally not happy, we still feel it good only.
Yeah, definitely. Whenever somebody appreciates it, recognizes it, there will definitely be increased confidence and also happiness with
I
anything.
think the conflict comes there only. We want others to accept it, and also sometimes we'll not be able to give up our own opinion as such. So that where conflict comes, and we'll be disturbed in that sense.
Yeah,
And when there
definitely.
is a disagreement because
Yes,
of the attachment, I felt.
yes. Yeah, we'll be attached to our own views. Yeah, let's move on. Let's see. So it's about mindset shifts, right? One, the first incident was giving stress, and second incident a kind of peace, if you observe it closely. So it's a shift in the perspective, shift in the mindset from external validation to internal fulfillment. It is not black or white. We all settle somewhere in between, right? It's not that we should stop expectation. It's not like that. So it's mindset shift from external validation, relying on external validation for everything, to internal fulfillment. At some point in time, we'll have to start looking at that aspect. Am I internally fulfilled? Otherwise, you will be buying a car. Is it helping you? Serving the purpose? That's internal fulfillment. But if you seek for external validation, even if the car's it is 10 lakhs or 20 lakhs or 50 lakhs, you can't rely on that external validation. You can't keep convincing everyone about why you bought that car and why it is required, why you were not able to buy bigger car, or always trying to impress them with bigger and bigger cars. That's to do with external validation, and there is little benefit out of it. I don't say there will be dissatisfaction when there is external validation, but when you compare that happiness that you get from external validation with inner fulfillment, internal fulfillment, there is a lot of difference between the two. What are the elements? External validation leads to internal fulfillment as we grow in that area, right? It is transformation from seeking external validation to seeking internal fulfillment. Yes, I need this car. This is good enough for me, irrespective of what others buy, what cars others buy, right? Impression management, it is not about affordability also, not saying about affordability. And then impression management, from trying to impress all the time to authentic self-expression. And then stressful perfectionism, always trying to be perfect. If I do this correctly, if my house is 100% clean, then only I'll be comfortable. That kind of perfectionism. I never want to fail in whatever I do. That keeps creating stress. Joyful imperfection is better than stressful perfectionism. Perfection is good, but not perfectionism, that mindset of perfectionism. As we saw on the other day, perfectionism mindset always looks at two aspects. One is what is missing, the most important, right? It is uh, the mindset which always looks at what is missing, what needs to be fixed, what is wrong, and that needs to be fixed, even if it is very small one. Instead of looking at more important aspects, it will try to fix that, the small thing. Right? Trying to control everything. This is another very important aspect in our lives. We always try to control everything we come across inside our house, around our life. Instead of that, letting go. Certain things, not certain things, most of the things that are not beyond our control, we just need to let go. The moment we let go, there is so much of peace. We can do what we can do. So, what are the benefits? Reduce stress and improve well-being. Reduce stress, stronger relationships, authentic living. Right? See, we have here some chains shown there. Seeking for validation. We are doing work to seek for validation, approval. Trying to impress somebody or trying for perfectionism. These are all the chains that are bound around us. The freedom is breaking open those chains through self-awareness, authenticity, and letting go. There is a lot of blissfulness in that state. Here, the chains are broken in this image. What are the closing thoughts and takeaways? Some of the very interesting one. True fulfillment comes only from embracing who you are. Self-acceptance. Most important thing is start practicing that self-acceptance, self-awareness, and letting go from today onwards. Lao Tzu says very beautifully, because he or she believes in himself or herself, he doesn't try to convince others. When there is self-acceptance, there is no need to convince others. Because he is content with himself, he doesn't need others' approval. Because he accepts himself, the whole world accepts him. The most important thing. That's how the world is designed. The entire cosmos is designed. It's not different from our inner world. The moment we accept ourselves, the moment our inner world is calm and there is acceptance, the whole world accepts us. Inner world is no different from external world. It is just mirror image. External validation and external acceptance help, but self-acceptance is more important and it leads to fulfillment. This is because I was not sharing my screen. I think this is because what people think about us definitely matters, but what we think about ourselves is more important. It matters most. Right? And that's the final point. And as part of Meta Mindful Presence, we provide corporate training on personality development, growth mindset, executive leadership training program, stress management, emotional intelligence, mindfulness-based programs for overall well-being.